We got Caitlin, we got Paige, we got Juju. Who do you think will shine the brightest?
We got Clark, we got Paige, we got Juju. But let's be honest, who's really lighting up the court right now? That's exactly why I'm not picking Caitlin Clark, Matt. Juju? She's different. That girl is a straight-up bucket, built for this. It's not even the same conversation anymore. Clark and Juju are playing on two different planets. Playing in LA for USC is not the same as building a movement in Iowa. Clark took a team from the middle of nowhere and turned it into the hottest ticket in basketball. She didn't just get support, she became the culture. Iowa backed her like a family. That kind of energy? You can't fake that. Yeah, the media wanted to spark a rivalry. But the actual numbers? Whole different story. Clark ain't just doing better. She's in another stratosphere. Ratings down 22%, attendance down 30%. The no Clark effect is loud and clear. Without her, people just aren't tuning in. Juju might have more in her bag, no hate there. She might even be more complete as a player. But if your home crowd ain't showing up for you, what are we talking about? This isn't about race, it's about presence. Clark pulls crowds. Juju. Empty seats in LA say something different. Clark steps on the court and breaks records like it's nothing. Sold-out arenas, insane ticket prices. Fans driving across states just to catch a glimpse. People cry when she signs jerseys. That's not hype. That's history in real time. You don't create that in press conferences. Indiana Fever is the most popular team in the WNBA now. Why? Clark. Every time she plays, it feels like an event. She's got fans, players, and even networks treating every game like a finals match. She's not just playing, she's changing the way women's basketball is seen. Juju's got potential, no doubt. Big future ahead. But right now, her momentum feels more like it came from headlines than highlight reels. You can't fake passion. You can't build a fan base in boardrooms. And you sure as hell can't manufacture a superstar in media labs. Let's talk about facts. All right, here we go. Let's dive into Clark's model. And spoiler alert, it's pretty much like your computer's save function. Clark's whole thing was that learning is like a computer. Simple, right? You put data in, it processes the info, and then voila, it gets saved for later use. So basically, it's a step-by-step process. You take in information, your brain processes it, and bam! It's stored away like a neatly organized folder on your desktop. It's all about structure and order, like when you follow a recipe and everything comes together perfectly. Clark's model makes learning look like a well-oiled machine, where everything happens in its own neat little sequence. But here's the fun twist. Ever had that moment when you can't remember where you saved that important file on your computer? You know the one with all your life-changing plans, or that one important document. Well, my friend, that's Clark's model working against you. Your brain might have processed the information perfectly, but for some reason, that file, aka memory, is just nowhere to be found. Kind of frustrating, huh? Just like your computer's storage drive deciding to take a nap when you need it most. Clark's model is cool, but let's be honest, sometimes it's like your brain's stuck in that processing mode forever. You know, when you're trying to remember something but it just won't click? That's when you start wondering if your brain's slow Wi-Fi or just outdated software. So here's a fun little question for you. Ever feel like your brain's stuck in processing? Come on, don't leave me hanging. Drop a comment and let us know if you've ever experienced that moment of brain freeze. Let's all laugh at how Clark might just explain why your brain feels like it's buffering. Now, let's flip the switch and dive into Watkins' model. While Clark saw the brain as a machine, Watkins thought memory wasn't just about storing data like files on your computer. Oh no, he was onto something deeper. According to Watkins, it's all about how we perceive the world. He didn't just focus on what we remember, but on how we remember it, based on our experiences, personality, and the environments around us. Enter field dependence versus independence. Watkins' big idea. It's like looking at the world through different kinds of lenses. Some people, field dependence, are influenced more by their surroundings and need a structured environment to thrive. Others, field independence, are more creative and can learn from their surroundings in a more free-flowing, self-guided way. Think of it like this. Field dependents need their classroom organized with clear rules and steps to follow, like following a strict recipe. On the flip side, field independents are like those who just freestyle it. They're the type who look at a chaotic kitchen and say, "Let's just see what happens." Watkins' theory says that the way you see the world and how much control you feel you have over it directly affects how and what you remember. So it's not just about memorizing stuff. It's about your worldview and how that shapes the way you store and recall information. Here's where it gets interesting. Are you the type who learns better in structured environments, like having everything in its place and a clear path to follow? Or are you the creative type who figures things out as you go along? You know, the type who's like, "I'll just figure it out as I get there." Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you more of a structured person or a creative explorer when it comes to learning? Let's see who's team order and who's team chaos. Now, let's break down the key differences between Clark and Watkins. Here's where they really start to stand apart. Clark's take. Clark was all about structure. He believed there should be one system for everyone, no exceptions. It's like following a recipe, clear steps, precise instructions, and a predictable outcome. If you're someone who loves checklists, loves having a step-by-step guide, and wants everything neatly laid out for you, Clark's your guy. Imagine you're baking a cake. Clark would be the one handing you the exact recipe. 1 cup sugar, 2 eggs, 3 cups flour. You get the idea. Just follow the instructions and you get the perfect cake. Simple, right? Watkins' take. Now, Watkins comes in with his personality-driven approach. He was all about individual differences. According to Watkins, no two brains are the same. Everyone learns differently. He was like, let's throw away the idea of one size fits all and make our own path. So instead of a structured recipe, Watkins would be like, here's a bunch of ingredients. Mix them however you feel. Create your own dish. Maybe you like to add a little extra spice, or maybe you'll throw in a surprise ingredient just because you feel like it. That's how Watkins viewed learning. It's all about experimenting and finding your own method. Clark said, follow the recipe, and you'll get the same result every time. Watkins said, forget the recipe, it's about your unique way of doing things. You create your own flavor. So when it comes down to it, Clark's approach is about uniformity, everyone learning in the same way. Watkins' approach is about individuality, learning based on how you see the world and your personal experiences. So which one are you? Are you the one-size-fits-all learner who's all about structure, clear steps, and a predictable outcome? Or do you prefer to take the Watkins approach and mix things up, creating your own path and figuring things out your way? Let us know in the comments. Are you Team Clark or Team Watkins? Let's look at how these models play out in the real world. How do Clark's and Watkins' ideas actually show up in everyday life? Here we go. Clark's model. Imagine you're in a classroom. Everyone's following the same step-by-step method. The teacher presents a lesson, and you're expected to absorb it in a structured, logical way. This is exactly what Clark was talking about, learning in predictable steps. Think of it like a math class where the teacher follows the same formula for every problem. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, until you solve the problem. There's a clear beginning and end, and every student is expected to follow the same exact process. It's logical, it's methodical, and it works well for students who thrive on structure. You know those standardized tests that make everyone answer the same questions the same way? Yeah, that's Clark's model all over. One system for everyone. Watkins' model. Now, let's say you're in a different environment, a creative workshop or an experimental learning class. If you're like Watkins, you'd be the type who doesn't want to follow a rigid set of instructions. You'd rather explore, experiment, and learn through experience and discovery. And for example, think about a group project where each member brings their unique style and perspective. Some people are the planners, others are the doers, and some are just figuring it out along the way. This is Watkins' model in action, learning through exploration and personal experience. You might see a project where one person starts by theorizing, another person begins testing ideas, and someone else is brainstorming with wild creativity. Each person has their own way of processing information and contributing to the project. The end result? A mix of ideas, experiences, and viewpoints. It's not structured, but it's full of individuality. It's like when you start a new hobby, say painting, and instead of following a tutorial exactly, you just go with your own flow. making your own rules as you discover your style. So, which model fits you better? Are you more of a structured, step-by-step learner like Clark? Or do you prefer to figure things out on your own, discovering new things along the way, like Whitkin? Let us know in the comments. What's your favorite learning style? Now, let's talk about why Clark and Whitkin's models are not just old theories from the past, but why they still matter today, especially in today's classrooms and learning environments. Understanding how we learn is a game changer. It helps teachers teach better and students learn better. Think about it. If you know how your brain works, you can optimize your learning process. Teachers, for example, can adjust their teaching methods to fit different learning styles, helping every student thrive. In today's classrooms, we don't just stick to one way of learning. Teachers often mix elements from Clark's structured model and Whitkin's flexible approach to make sure every student gets the best of both worlds. For example, some students might benefit from a step-by-step approach to grasp a concept, while others might do better by exploring and figuring things out on their own, maybe with a little more freedom in how they approach the topic. The best part? Modern classrooms know this and are able to blend these different learning strategies. Let's face it, today's students don't learn the same way, and thankfully, teachers know that. Some students excel when they have clear, organized instructions, while others thrive when they're given the space to get creative. Both approaches are crucial to making sure students of all kinds can succeed. For example, in online learning environments, you might get structured lessons that provide clear goals and checkpoints, while also being encouraged to explore and research topics on your own. It's about giving students a balance of both, structure and freedom. Why it matters. Beyond the classroom, this isn't just about school. It's about how we learn throughout our entire lives. Whether you're learning a new skill, trying a new hobby, or even advancing in your career, knowing whether you need more structure or more freedom can change how you approach learning. So, the next time you're struggling to learn something, take a step back and think about this. Do you need more structure or more freedom in how you learn? Are you someone who thrives with clear steps, or do you prefer to just go with the flow? Think about your learning style. What works best for you? Let us know in the comments. All right, so now it's time to wrap things up and address the big question. Who was right? The truth is, both Clark and Whitkin were right. In their own ways, each of them contributed something crucial to our understanding of how we learn and remember. Clark gave us the structure, a methodical, step-by-step process. His view that learning is like processing information in a logical order has laid the foundation for a lot of the standardized teaching you see today. Without Clark's model, we probably wouldn't have classroom lessons that follow a clear sequence from introduction to conclusion. It's like the recipe for success in learning. Get the ingredients right, follow the steps, and boom, you've learned something. On the other hand, Whitkin gave us the flexibility, understanding that everyone's brain is different and that we don't all learn the same way. He showed us that the environment we're in and our personal experiences can dramatically shape how we understand the world and store information. Whitkin helped us realize that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to learning. Some people thrive in structured environments, while others need freedom to explore and discover things on their own. So, putting it together, Clark's structure gives you the skeleton of how learning works, and Whitkin's flexibility adds the flesh. The individual differences that make each of us unique learners. Together, they shaped how we think about learning today. In today's world, we blend both approaches to create the most effective learning experiences. Imagine being able to follow a clear structure while also having the freedom to explore and think for yourself. That's where we are today, thanks to both of them. Now, let's get real for a second. Who do you think made the bigger impact on learning? Clark or Whitkin? Which side are you on? Do you prefer structure or flexibility in how you learn? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And seriously, don't forget to hit that like button if you're still mind-blown by these two theories. It's a battle for the ages, right? So, which psychologist are you vibing with more? Clark or Whitkin? Who do you think nailed it when it comes to memory and learning? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear all your thoughts and don't be shy. Your opinion matters. If you're still here, it means you're loving this content, right? Well, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we've got so many more mind-blowing facts coming your way. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on what's next. It's going to be epic. And hey, if this blew your mind, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to rethink how they remember things, whether it's a friend, family member, or someone who always forgets where they left their keys, they'll thank you later.